There comes a moment when you look at your life and realize something feels off. You're busy, you're stressed, you're moving, but you're not really moving forward. Days blur together, your goals sit in the background, and you start to feel like life is controlling you instead of the other way around. But here's the truth. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need the right moment. You just need to take one honest step toward yourself. Today, we're breaking down 8 simple steps that help you finally take control of your life. Not in a dramatic, overnight way, but in a real, doable, everyday way that actually lasts. The first step is knowing what you really want. Not the life you were told to want. Not the one you settled for, but the one that actually feels right to you. Most people never slow down long enough to ask themselves, what do I actually want out of my life? They just follow routines, follow expectations, follow the crowd. And years pass without ever choosing their own direction. So pause. Take a breath. Look at your life with honesty. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to become? What kind of life would make me feel alive, peaceful, or proud? What makes me feel excited or hopeful when I think about it? And what makes me feel stressed, trapped, or tired? The first step is clarity. Because you can't take control of your life if you don't even know where you want it to go. Write your answers down, even if they feel small, strange, or uncertain. This is the moment you take your power back. This is the moment the direction of your life becomes yours, not something decided by habits, pressure, or fear. When you know what you want, every choice becomes clearer. Every decision makes more sense. And your life finally starts to feel like it's actually yours. The second step is to stop living your life on autopilot. Because autopilot is where your power slowly slips away without you noticing. Most people don't lose control of their life in one big moment. It happens quietly. It happens in the tiny routines you repeat without thinking. Waking up tired, checking your phone before your eyes are even fully open. Rushing through the day, reacting to everything. And then collapsing into bed, feeling like the day used you, instead of you using the day. Autopilot feels safe. It feels familiar. It keeps you inside your comfort zone. But it also keeps you stuck in the same patterns you're trying to escape. So start noticing. Watch your day like you're observing someone else. Notice the moments where you choose convenience over what you actually want. Notice when you're saying yes automatically, when deep down you mean no. Notice when you're escaping problems by scrolling, snacking, overworking, or pretending you're fine. These small, unconscious choices shape your entire life. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Is this helping me grow? Or is this just repeated because it's familiar? Awareness is the beginning of control. When you catch yourself living the same day over and over, you can finally interrupt it. You can pause. You can choose differently, even in tiny ways. And that tiny break, that moment where you snap out of the routine, is the moment you start taking your life back. Because once you see your patterns clearly, you're no longer controlled by them. You become the one holding the wheel again. The third step is setting clear, small goals. Because without direction, even strong effort leads nowhere. Most people say they want to change their life, but they never decide how. They never choose a target. They just hope things will somehow get better on their own. But hope isn't a plan. And big dreams without small steps often become sources of stress, not motivation. So start simple. Don't try to rebuild your entire life in one week. Don't try to fix every habit at the same time. Don't overwhelm yourself with huge tasks that make you freeze before you begin. Instead, pick one goal, one direction, one small step that is so clear, so doable, you can't avoid it. Maybe it's read for 5 minutes a day. Go for a 10-minute walk. Put my phone down after 11 p.m. Write one page of ideas. Clean one small part of my room. Drink one more glass of water. Small goals are powerful because they don't scare your mind. They don't trigger resistance. They don't make you feel like you're climbing a mountain on day one. Instead, they slowly build momentum. And momentum is stronger than motivation. Motivation fades. Momentum grows. When you complete small goals, something changes inside you. You begin to trust yourself again. You begin to feel capable. You begin to feel in control. And that feeling, that spark of, I can actually do this, is what builds a new life. So ask yourself, what is one small step I can take today that moves me even 1 inch closer to the person I want to become? Write it down. Make it simple. Make it specific. Make it something you can complete in minutes, not hours. Because when small goals become daily habits, your life doesn't just change. It transforms quietly, steadily, and permanently. Big results come from small steps repeated with intention. This is how you take control. Not by doing everything at once, but by doing the small things consistently until they become the foundation of who you are. The 4th step is learning to say no. Because you cannot take control of your life if you keep giving your time, your energy, and your peace to everything and everyone around you. Think about how many times you've said yes when every part of you wanted to say no. You say yes to avoid conflict. You say yes because you don't want people to be disappointed. You say yes because you don't want to seem rude, difficult, or selfish. But every time you say yes to something you don't want, you're actually saying no to yourself. And that's how you lose control, not in big dramatic moments, but in all the little decisions where you choose others over your own well-being. Here's the truth. Your life cannot move forward if your energy is being drained in 10 different directions. You cannot grow if you're constantly overwhelmed. And you cannot become your strongest self if you're too busy pleasing everyone else. Saying no is not an act of disrespect. It's an act of self-respect. It's choosing your peace over pressure. It's choosing your future over someone else's temporary comfort. It's choosing your goals over guilt. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. Your body will want to apologize. Your mind will feel guilty. But remember this: every strong boundary starts with a shaky voice. Start small. Say no to the things you don't have space for. Say no to invitations that drain you. Say no to tasks that don't belong to you. Say no to people who only show up when they need something. You don't owe everyone your time. You don't owe everyone your energy. And you don't have to explain your boundaries to anyone who refuses to respect them. Saying no opens the door for the things you actually want in your life. It creates space for peace, focus, clarity, and growth. It gives you back your time, the most valuable thing you have. And here's the powerful part. The more you say no to what drains you, the easier it becomes to say yes to what builds you. This is how you take your life back. One boundary, one decision, one no at a time. The 5th step is building better daily habits. Because your life isn't shaped by what you plan to do someday. It's shaped by what you do every single day. Most people focus on big changes. They think, if I just make one huge decision, my life will transform. But real transformation doesn't come from one giant leap. It comes from small, consistent actions repeated over time. Your habits are the invisible architecture of your life. The way you spend your mornings, the routines you follow, the little decisions you make when no one is watching. All of these create the life you live. So start with one habit, one small action that aligns with the life you want. Maybe it's waking up 10 minutes earlier to breathe or plan your day, drinking a glass of water the moment you wake, writing one thought or gratitude each morning, taking a short walk to clear your mind. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. The first week, it will feel hard. Your mind will resist. Your old routines will fight back. But keep going. Keep showing up. After 2 weeks, the habit begins to stick. After a month, it becomes part of who you are. After a few months, your life starts to feel different. Because small, positive actions accumulate silently, steadily, and powerfully. Habits are not about restriction. They are about freedom. They are about creating a life where you are no longer at the mercy of distraction, exhaustion, or chaos. They are about building a foundation so strong that when challenges come, you have the strength and structure to handle them. So choose one habit today, just one, and commit to it. Build it, repeat it, protect it, and watch how it quietly reshapes your days, your mindset, and your life. Remember, you are what you do repeatedly. Choose actions that move you closer to your best self, because the life you want is not created by wishful thinking. It is built habit by habit, day by day. The 6th step is to remove what drains you. Because no matter how strong your habits are, how clear your goals, or how many yes and no choices you make, you cannot thrive in an environment that constantly pulls your energy away. Take a close look at your life. Notice the people who leave you feeling exhausted rather than inspired. Notice the routines that fill your day but leave your mind foggy and your spirit tired. Notice the activities that seem normal but quietly steal your focus and your peace. Many of us ignore these drains because they're familiar, because they're comfortable, or because we feel guilty stepping away. But every hour spent on what doesn't serve you is an hour stolen from your growth, your peace, and your purpose. Start small. Identify one thing that weighs you down and take steps to remove it. Maybe it's a toxic relationship. Maybe it's endless scrolling on social media. Maybe it's a habit of saying yes to everyone except yourself. Letting go doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be as simple as setting boundaries, saying no, or creating space for yourself. Every little removal creates room for clarity, energy, and focus. Here's the truth. The more you protect your energy, the stronger you become. The less you carry the weight of what isn't yours, the lighter and freer your life feels. And in that space, the things that truly matter, your goals, your peace, your growth, can finally flourish. Removing drains is not selfish. It's necessary. It's the act of telling your life, I am worth my own care. I am worth my focus. I am worth the best version of myself. So start today. Look honestly at what or who is draining you. Release it. Step back. Protect your energy like the most valuable resource it is, because in truth, it is. This is one of the most powerful steps towards taking control of your life. Clearing the space so that what truly matters can grow, thrive, and shape your future. The 7th step is to take responsibility for your choices, because control doesn't come from blaming others, avoiding decisions, or hoping life will just happen. It's easy to point fingers. It's easy to say, if only they, or if only this situation, or if only I had more luck. But every time you blame something or someone else, you give away your power. You hand over control of your life to circumstances, to people, to luck. Anything but yourself. Taking responsibility doesn't mean beating yourself up. It doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything either. It means owning your role in your life. It means looking at the choices you've made, the good, the bad, the small, the huge, and saying, "This is mine. I am in charge of how I respond and what I do next." When you accept this truth, everything changes. Challenges become lessons instead of obstacles. Mistakes become opportunities instead of failures. Life becomes something you shape rather than something that happens to you. Start with small choices. Take responsibility for your morning routine. Take responsibility for how you react to stress. Take responsibility for the way you treat yourself and others. Then move to bigger choices. Take responsibility for the direction of your life, your career, your relationships, your health. Even when things go wrong, even when life throws curveballs, your power comes from knowing that how you respond, how you act, how you think, how you move forward, is always yours. Taking responsibility is freedom. It may feel heavy at first, but it's the weight of empowerment. No one can take control of your life unless you give it to them. No one can define your path unless you allow it. When you own your choices, you own your life. So stop waiting for someone else to fix it, for the right moment, or for life to hand you control. The first step to taking control is to admit, I am responsible, I am capable, I am in charge. This is the turning point where you stop reacting to life and start creating it. The eighth and final step is to stay consistent, even when it's hard, because control isn't built in moments of inspiration. It's built in moments when you keep going, even though you don't feel like it. Motivation is fleeting. Some days, you'll feel unstoppable, ready to take on the world. Other days, you'll struggle to get out of bed. Some days, you'll be confident. Other days, doubt will whisper louder than hope. Consistency doesn't wait for motivation. It doesn't wait for the perfect circumstances. It's the commitment to show up, day after day, in small, deliberate ways, even when it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, or exhausting. Think about water slowly shaping stone. A river doesn't carve a canyon in a day. It doesn't stop because the rain wasn't enough one morning. It keeps flowing, day after day, year after year. And eventually, it creates something unshakable. Your consistent actions are like that river. They may seem small, even invisible at first, but over time, they carve out the life you want. Your habits, your choices, your focus, your boundaries, repeated consistently, will change everything. So when the days feel long, when motivation disappears, when your energy is low or the world feels heavy, that is the moment to stay consistent. Keep taking the small steps. Keep doing the things you promised yourself you would do, because every time you choose consistency over comfort, you reinforce your control. Every time you persist, even when it's hard, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses. Every repeated action is a brick in the foundation of the life you're building. Control isn't a single decision. It's not one heroic act. Control is what happens when you commit to your growth and your choices over and over, no matter what. Stay consistent, stay focused, stay true to yourself. And in time, you'll look back and realize the life you wanted, the life you dreamed of, was never out of reach. You were building it all along. Taking control of your life isn't easy. It's not a straight path. It's full of obstacles, some obvious, some subtle, that test your commitment and your courage. The first challenge is resistance from within. Your mind and your habits will fight you. Old routines feel safe, even if they're holding you back. Your brain will say, "This is too hard," or "I'll start tomorrow," or "Why bother?" This internal resistance is natural. It's your brain protecting the familiar, even when it no longer serves you. The key is awareness. Notice the resistance, feel it, and move forward anyway. The second challenge is outside pressure. Not everyone around you will understand your changes. Some people may criticize, question, or even try to pull you back into old patterns. Some may resist your growth because it challenges their comfort. This doesn't mean you're wrong. It means you need to protect your boundaries and remember why you started. The third challenge is fear of change. Even when you know change is necessary, fear can paralyze you. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of losing what's familiar. All of these are real obstacles. But fear is also a signal that you're stepping into growth. Every step you take through fear is a step toward freedom. The fourth challenge is setbacks and mistakes. You will stumble, you will fail. You will have days where you fall back into old habits. This is not the end. Setbacks are part of the process. They teach you, refine you, and strengthen your resilience. The challenge is to pick yourself up, learn the lesson, and keep moving forward. The fifth challenge is overwhelm. Trying to change everything at once can feel crushing. Life may feel heavy when you confront all your habits, responsibilities, and goals at once. The key is to break it down into manageable steps. Focus on one thing at a time and trust the process. The sixth challenge is impatience. Change takes time. Some results will be visible quickly, but most of the true transformation happens slowly, quietly, behind the scenes. It's easy to feel frustrated or discouraged, but consistency over time is what creates real, lasting control. The seventh challenge is self-doubt. You may question yourself. You may wonder if you're capable, strong enough, or worthy. Self-doubt is normal, but it doesn't define your potential. Remind yourself of every small victory, every habit you've built, every choice you've made to grow. These are proof that you are capable. Facing these challenges is part of taking control. They are not signs that you're failing. They are signs that you're doing something meaningful. Every challenge is an opportunity to strengthen your awareness, your boundaries, and your resilience. And the more you face them, the more unstoppable you become. Knowing the steps and facing the challenges is only part of the journey. To truly take control of your life, you need practical, actionable habits and strategies. These tips will guide you forward and make change easier to sustain. The first tip is, start small and focus big. Big changes can feel overwhelming. Trying to fix everything at once will only lead to frustration and burnout. Instead, focus on one habit, one choice, or one goal at a time. Small steps repeated consistently build massive results over time. The second tip is track your progress. Write down your wins, your struggles, and what you learn each day. Keep a journal, a checklist, or even a simple note on your phone. When you can see how far you've come, it motivates you to keep going. Progress, even if slow, is proof that your efforts are working. The third tip is use fear as a compass. Fear is not always a warning. Sometimes it's a signal that you're stepping into growth. If something scares you, pay attention. It often matters the most. Step forward carefully, but don't let fear stop you. Remember, your life is yours to shape. Every decision, every boundary, every habit, and every choice is a brick in the foundation of the life you're building. Start today. Start now. Take one step, then another, and trust the process. Your future self is waiting, and the life you want is closer than you think.